Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope everyone is doing well, staying safe. It is supposed to rain here the entire week in San Antonio, which is great for the water situation. We need our grass water, but you know, people drive crazy when it's not raining. Anyway, let's get into this. We're back with another ugly paper episode, and this is probably going to be a two-part, only because I woke up a little bit late and I don't want to go over, but we're going to be using the paper from Scrapbooking Simple 123. In case you don't remember, I'll put a link or something where you can look at the first setup. So what I'm going to do, I have done this for a while. I haven't done one in a long time either. But you know, I like to make flip books out of envelopes. A lot of people do as well. We won't be using all those, but I just wanted to show you an envelope. All you need is a few envelopes, like 3. And we have some paper here going on. And some, not, you know, someone said it's not ugly. It's just, it's all over the place pattern, right? And that's what it is, all over the place. Okay, so now we need to get some cohesion going on. I think I'm going to use, I don't know yet. I'll see how the paper looks and then I can decide on the other side. And I think that this and this orange, it's kind of bright orange, and this green will go good together. So I'm going to use these sides versus these sides. Although I do like this, but it won't match with the motif yet. And let's see. I'm not going to use a solid orange. I'm not going to use that yet. No. Uh-oh. So we may only have these sheets. Let me see. Okay, so in my head, what I think I'm going to do is going to be like a pattern directional type of thing. So this is how this paper looks on this side, which is really cute. You know, if I was to cut this out and put it on a book or something, and I think that's what I originally thought I was going to do with it, but it would have to be a bigger book than I want. And then this back side reminds me of what is that, the CBS or the ABC, the one with the peacock? If you, you know, talk about on TV. I really like this side too. I think I'm going to try this side as well. I think I'm going to just cut it down the middle and go from there. And I like that as well. But we're going to stick with this side. So I think I'm going to do this, even though it is not very pleasing to the eye aesthetically. I think once I cut it down, it will be just fine. I really like this side too, though. We're going to stick with that side. And I want to do something else with this paper, so I'm going to save that. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and cut this down because I may be able to get the layers for the base of the envelope already from this. Okay, so these are the panels that I'm going to choose to use. I don't have my normal paper trimmer in the room, and I have another one. It's so hard to use because I don't know how to use it. That's why I have one that's less complicated. But I really like the back. It's so pretty. It looks like it has different pictures in my head. When I see it, it looks like different things. But we're going to stick to this side. And this is how this looks. And then we have this. And I think, if you remember from last week, we used the polka dots to make a card. A cute card, in my opinion, too. But I think that this will tie in very nice together. These greens are a little bit not the same, but they're going to work because I'm going to cover this up, some of it up. So let's go ahead and construct our envelopes. And we're going to be using 3. Because the paper has so many patterns going on, it was harder for me to figure out what I really wanted to do. And I don't have to make a thick gusset, but I do like just making a little gusset on the envelope because it just makes it a little bit easier for me when I want to fold over. So I'm only going to do a 1/8, and that may be too much. So, because it's not going to be that thick. And the 1/8 is just the first line away from wherever you're scoring is the 1/8. I'm not getting good at these measurements, I promise you. It's just on the scoreboard and I can see it. Okay, so that's 1. Now do the rest. Okay, so I also, you don't really need a scoreboard to make a gusset. You could just take your paper over to where however big you want it to be, the fold, and press it down and apply pressure and create a fold like that. I just tried to do it on the scoreboard because I feel like it's a little bit neater for me. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this flap and this flap, the ones that we put gussets on, and we're going to apply some tape down. I'll show you the first one. I've made a few of these flip books in the past because a lot of people were making cardstock flip books and with washi tape, and I was just like, is that gonna work eventually? You know, because you know, if you've been on my channel, you know how I feel about washi tape. It's so pretty to look at, and some washi tape really is a good stick, and then other washi tape not so much. Okay, these envelopes from Michaels, you know, the Hot Buy envelopes from a couple of years ago, and they are so cheap. They're very flimsy, so I hope I can get this right. Like when I was scoring it, usually the paper I use is the craft paper, and it's a lot stronger than this. If you make envelopes, you can make your own envelope and then, you know, flip it to make, you know, score it and make a flip book like that. So I just applied the tape down on right next to the line, my crease that I created, and we should fold over very nicely. And if not, you have this new paper that's a little bit stronger than your paper, the original, and you should be able to fold it over, no problem. And I'm just going to work that gusset out. Now, even though all of my paper is the same size, it tends to always work out for me, no problem with the other, you know, with the new fold. So I'll show you this one. All right, so here we go. You see this, the new gusset that you create right there, and your edge, you're gonna go right to that line. Don't go over the line or it'd be hard to fold, but right to the line that you've made, right up against that line. And then apply pressure down. Just like that. And then I'm just burnishing this so it can stick on very well. Now right here you can decide if you want to put glue or tape. And whenever I make the gussets, I usually go with the biggest gusset first because it's going to, and no gusset on the end. It's not, because the biggest gusset is going to hold all of them in, whereas the smallest gusset has nothing to hold but its own flap. I did not think about the flaps, this flap too much, because I have some shorter paper left over from when I cut down the 12 by 12 paper. So let's go ahead and move some things out the way. Okay, so this is how it's going to look. I was going to put this first, but I was like, no, I feel like those will contrast too much. And yeah. Let's see. So this will be the front. Yep, it's going to work great. So now you can either put glue, wet glue like I said earlier, or you can apply some more double-sided tape. And for the outside, I don't have a preference. I'm going to use some glue. No, I think I'm going to do tape. I'm going to use tape. Just like all the other things I share with you all, I try to do this now. I try to do this in assembly line fashion versus one at a time. So I just want to go back and apply some pressure, burnish this down so that it's adhered really well. And I have been reading some comments in some of the groups I'm on, like card making groups, and people are saying that when they use adhesive, certain adhesives, the projects fall apart like their cards. Honestly, we should all know that this adhesive doesn't last that long, and neither does glue over time. Glue, I think wet glue will last a lot longer than the adhesive, and I think it definitely depends on what kind of adhesive we're using, but eventually all of it's going to fall apart. If you looked at some older projects from a long time ago, even, you know, that books that are probably well manufactured, they fall apart too. So now what I'm going to do is make sure I'm in the frame, and I am going to apply this down just like that and burnish. I like to show you these steps, and you know, I like to chat with you all. I hope you, like I said at the beginning of the video, I hope you're doing well. I did watch a video by Lollipalooza. I can't remember the title of it. It had something to do with crafters, and she said that people steal videos, and I've seen a few stolen videos. I don't know if people steal my videos, but I don't say my name at the beginning, so I'm gonna have to start doing that. You know, a lot of people say, hi, this is so and so and so, welcome back to blah 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 blah, and I just say, hi everyone, welcome back. So, you know, this is Brandy. I'll throw them in the middle of the video versus the beginning. Maybe I'll do it throughout, but I talk to myself doing a video, so, and I'm always like, come on Brandy. But you know, it does help. It was very cool to see her discuss a few things on there. Now when you're putting these down, make sure, like, if you're really a perfectionist, you line these edges up, and I did pretty good without paying much attention to it, because if I had put a lot of thought into it, I think I would have screwed it up some. So now on the back side, I am not going to use tape. I'm going to use wet glue. Here's the tricky part. Okay, so we got this fold. I don't know if I think I want this one over here. I'm going to turn this up. So I want this down. It's in the middle. So whenever I do this, I always want to make sure that it's pleasing to my eye more so than anything, because when I get ready to, if I gift these out, see how that looks cool, like I meant for that to happen. I really did. I meant for it to look like that. That's why I didn't want it on this side, right? I want them to, you know, when I gift them out, I want them to be well put together. And of course, whenever I create stuff, I'm always creating with love and hope that the person, you know, is doing well, and when she receives my project, unless I make stuff for the big roommate, you know, I hope that the person enjoys it and likes it. Let me go ahead and not even play with the glue gods today. Now right here, I went a little bit heavy on it, and you have to be careful because you don't want it to seep out onto this, because I want the tucks to still be there, so that the person can, you know, get into the flap. So I'm going to push this all the way back, without going over that edge, just like that. And with the glue, I always kind of feel like you have a lot of wiggle room, so I'm going to push the glue this way. I hope that makes sense. I'm pushing the glue back out. Some projects you will have to put glue on both sides, and others you won't. You will not have to do that. And so now I'm just going to stick my hand in. I don't feel any wetness right there, so we did pretty good. Now if you feel like your edges are up some, you can always go back and you know, glue the edges if you choose to do that. You don't have to. That makes you happy though. So if you like right here, the thing about that is, for Brandy, you know, the paper size, because the envelope is larger than the paper that I cut, so that's something that you have to be concerned about. You can put as much glue as you like, or not as much as you don't. You know, you don't have to put a whole bunch, but I just put enough on there that I know it's going to stick down, but I don't want it to ooze all over the place, and I don't want it to fold up and warp, even though it's going to bubble a little. I've seen a lot of people talk about this new glue. I think it's called Reptile glue. I've only seen, well, not a lot of people. I've seen 2 people make a few videos about it, and the first person said that she saw someone else talk about it. So I'm not sure if the second person got the idea from that person. You know how it works in the crafting community. People see things and they like them, and they, you know, they go and try them out. It's so funny because my little one likes to watch Thomas on toys, is what he calls it, but it's just people playing with the toys, and make videos, and they do it very well. And so I was on the phone with his father yesterday, and his dad was like, that's the same thing you watching craft videos. I was like, it's not the same thing, because I watch the craft videos and I try to use the techniques. I said, what the people, what the Thomas videos are doing is that they are watching the Thomas episodes and then recreating the scenes using toys with some alteration. And he was like, oh, that is true. Because that's the same thing I could say if he watches a sports video and then he goes out and try to play basketball, right? I think he's just crazy sometimes, you know. Men are, in my opinion. I remember when I was younger, a lot younger, like in my 20s. And all of my male friends, I used to bash guys so bad. And that's why they were afraid to be in a relationship with me. Like, we were good enough to be just friends, hang out, eat popcorn. But they didn't want to take that leap of faith. And I look back over, and I probably did do a good amount of man bashing. I probably still do. And it's well deserved. Oh, look at that. So when you open it like this, right? Bam. But because you know what I've noticed, when people open these things up, they never open them the way it's designed to be, because I can't even remember how the heck I designed it to be, honestly. So now we have these little flaps. Remember I told you we were going to keep those, and we're going to use some tape on this. And let me make sure I get this right. I think I need to do this one this way and this one this way. So let's see. Fold in. Fold in. Yes, or turn this thing over. Yes. What do y'all think about the ugly paper now? Is it looking better? I hope so. So what I'm going to do for this one, I'm going to do a combination, I think. First I need to make sure that they're the same size, which they're probably off a little bit because I have to use some scissors. And whenever I cut, you know, every time I make an inch forward, it's always off a little bit. So I'm just going to slice. I have something very fun to bring to you all. I'm going to try to bring that to you as soon as possible. I just need to discuss it with a few people and see what they think, and we can get the party started. All right, so here we go with that, and here we go with this. All right, let me go ahead and glue this down. All right, so I glued that one side down, and you see it folds really nicely. And I did put a lot of glue on here. I'm not too concerned about it. Although all this paper is very like thin throughout, it's going to work out for me because, you know, I believe it's going to work out. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, because I want this side and other side to be very close friends. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply glue on this side. I could have just wet that little flap, right? Do you lick this part on your envelopes? I do sometimes. When I was growing up, it used to be sweet, right? A lot sweeter than it is now. It's like bitter now. Oh my goodness. If you have a child, I'm sure you did this to the poor child. It was done to me too, but in a different setting. You know, we gave him lemon. And he liked it because he's a foodie. But yesterday I was eating something. What was I eating? Was it a mango? I like mangoes. And I picked like the 2 worst mangoes that could be at the store. I was in a rush trying to run out because I thought I had a medical appointment on Monday. And so I went to the grocery store on Sunday like 3 times. And 3 different stores on Sunday. Because, you know, my birthday, the week of my birthday, my aunt was here. I got off the line some. and then I was sick. So she showed up Easter Sunday. I think I told you all this before. She came Easter Sunday, and then I was sick on Monday all the way up to my birthday, and then after my birthday. And I thought I was better, but it's this weather. I'm blaming the weather. So right here, this little edge is poking up. I'm going to go ahead and put that down. But see, the flap is good. Yay. And it matches the pattern. It matches the theme of everything. I wish I had more than one of these papers. But I don't, because this one kind of throws it off. But we're going to work on all of that and make it really, really cool. I am going to be ending the video really soon, though. Because it's already 20 minutes. And all I've done is did my cover piece. Which, you know, whenever I do my magazine flip through, I always tell you that it's good that they tell you how long to expect for a card to be made. Because I think sometimes as a crafter, especially me, I want to do it. I want to look at it and it be done. So you have to, you have to know your expectations and your limitations to a lot of things. It's never going to be as quickly as you think it is. So we do not want that on the... uh-oh. No. All right, let's see if Brandy can't get this together. What do you think? Please let me know in the comment section what you think. So this is how it should be. So I don't want that middle piece to be the middle piece. I want it to be the middle piece. I don't want it to be the edge. So what I'm going to have to do to make sure that that is not the case is leave this like this. So when the person opens it, and I have to do this side. Yeah. So that's the beauty of being a lefty, though. Right? Because left-handed people look at things a little bit... Okay, here we go. We look at things a little bit different. At least I do. When we're opening things and closing things. But I think it looks really pretty. Very, very pretty. So I'm going to stop the video right here for recording purposes and just pick back up. But you'll see this in a 2-part segment or maybe even a 3-part segment. So I want to say thank you all for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed. Maybe it has inspired you to make a flip book. And if so, leave me a link or send me pictures on my email address. I would love to see what you've created. Until next time, happy crafting.